Shawshank Redemption is an incredible film overflowing with emotions of despair and hope. It is an American drama that was released in 1994, written and directed by Frank Darabont. The story centers on the kinship between two friends, Ren and Andy, during their stay at Shawshank Penitentiary. Andy, played by Tim Robbins, is sent to prison for life for supposedly murdering his wife and her lover, but insists his innocence. At the prison, he meets Red, played by Morgan Freeman, who is serving time for murder. Red takes him under his wing and helps him survive and adapt to life in the prison over the course of 19 years until Andy escapes. The following scene falls halfway through the movie and centers around the release of an inmate, Brooks. Brooks is an elderly convict that was friends with both Red and Andy on the inside. After the 50 years he has been in Shawshank, he is finally paroled. Shortly before this scene, Brooks is seen holding a knife to a fellow inmate's throat in an attempt for them to revoke his parole.
Dear fellas, I can't believe how fast things move on the outside.
The scene begins with Brooks narrating a letter to his friends back at Shawshank. The camera remains close to Brooks' face as he looks both confused and intimidated. This up-close shot makes the emotions Brooks are feeling more obvious and personal. This also creates a bigger impact when the medium shot follows suddenly, showing the car almost hitting Brooks. The use of tracking Brooks while he narrates the letter shows that what he is discussing corresponds with what the audience is seeing. The music is a soothing and somber piano tune, further setting the tone of the scene. Yet the smoothness conflicts with Brooks' obvious tension in an effort to attempt to ease the discomfort the audience can see on his face.
Good way. It's hard work. I try to keep up, but my hands hurt most of the time.
Make sure your man double bags. Last time he didn't double bag and the bottom near came out.
Make sure you double bag, like the lady says. Understand?
Yes, sir. Surely.
This shot shows Brooks with shrugged shoulders from a slightly lower angle. This makes him look rather small, especially compared to the store manager that looms behind him. Despite being granted parole and finding a job, Brooks still feels vulnerable, as though he doesn't have a place in the world.
Go to the park and feed the birds. I keep thinking Jake might just show up and say hello, but he never does. I hope wherever he is, he's doing okay and making...
This shot begins with a slow pan from the ground to Brooks' face, where his face looks emotionless and hopeless. This slow rise, combined with what he is talking about, increases the despair the audience feels for the character.
I have trouble sleeping at night. I have bad dreams like I'm falling. I wake up scared. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember where I am. Maybe I should get me a gun and rob the foodway so they'd send me home. I could shoot the manager while I was at it, sort of like a bonus. I guess I'm too old for that sort of nonsense anymore. I don't like it here. I'm tired of being afraid all the time. I've decided not to stay.
At this point, it is clear Brooks has made a decision. He fixes himself up in the mirror and states that he has decided not to stay. The same decision he had to make at Shawshank. The camera lingers on his back in a medium shot as he walks away, further emphasizing the importance of the decision he just made.
I doubt they'll kick up any fuss. Not for an old crook like me.
This shot is very impactful. The dust from his carving falls around his feet like the birdseed fell slowly out of his hand, the way hope seems to be draining from him. This appears to mimic the way Brooks' life is slowly slipping away from him. The past few shots show Brooks behind rods along the ceiling that are reminiscent of the bars he spent most of his life behind. The scene ends as he pushes off of the table, while the camera is still focused on his feet. Overall, Darren Bond's use of cinematography, music, and acting all work together to create both a powerful, tragic, and incredibly memorable scene.